Okay guys, welcome to a follow-up to the video I put out the other day there, which was 10 of the worst budget games. It seemed to be rather popular, so I thought I would make another quick video, but this time showing 10 of my favourite budget games on the C64. I do promise I'll do these videos for other machines as well, but anyway, this one is all about the C64. Now, kicking things off is a compilation which was released by Firebird. What was it actually called? Arcade Classics. Now, this was 1987. Back then, you know, there was no way of playing these games, even when it came out in this compilation. These games were old games. So it was quite interesting to kind of see a compilation coming out. So anyway, I can always remember thinking it wasn't actually too bad, so let's take a quick shot at some of them. Now it may not be, you know, an exact conversion of Space Invaders, but all in all, it isn't actually too bad. And to be fair, this is probably about the most accurate version of Space Invaders you were going to get on the Commodore 64. So, considering this game was £1.99, you're essentially getting 4 games, which is 50p each. And it also had an absolute kicking soundtrack as well, another Rob Hubbard classic. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. I've got no idea how I get back to the main screen. Right, okay, that was Asteroids. Let's try... that wasn't Asteroids even, that was Space Invaders. Right, let's try Asteroids. Now, I'm going to try and use the actual keys, so ZX, space and right shift. Now, I've got to say, this actually isn't too bad at all. It really isn't, and it's probably, again, the most faithful version of Asteroids that you're ever going to get in the Commodore 64. It maybe runs slightly too quick, and the firing sound isn't that accurate. It sort of misses the kind of the deep kind of throbbing sound when you accelerate, or thrust I should say. Yeah, that's actually not bad. That's Asteroids on it. Right, let's try Snakes. I don't remember that being an arcade game, but anyway, let's give it a shot. Or as they call it, Worm Wars. Wars with a Z. Right, and it's the classic Nokia 3310 game. But it's got a rather funky, let's call it, Rob Hubbard track. I can imagine this would induce an epileptic fit, all this sort of flashing that's going on, but actually it's not bad. Yeah, anyway, that's Snake, or whatever it's called, I can't remember, Snake Wars or something. Let's take a look at it. The very last one. Okay, this one's called Space Wars. Well, it's based on Space Wars. Let's see what it's actually called. Oops, I didn't even see that. Let's just go for the joystick. Ah, right, okay. Yep, it's pretty damned authentic. So this is the Commodore 64 version of the very first arcade game ever. What you really want to do here is turn off the music though. I don't recall the original Space War having a Rob Hubbard track somehow. Anyway, listen, that's Arcade Classics. I've got to say, I actually think it's better now than I did when I first had it. I think probably because I wasn't interested in playing Asteroids, but being a bit of a retro head now, I can appreciate it for what it is, and for, you know, £1.99, it's quite frankly ridiculously good value. So let's crack on. Right, okay, this is Chimera by Firebird Software, released in 1986, I think it was. Now, this possibly wasn't one of the best budget games. I mean, there's a lot of good, really good games. The one thing I have to stress, guys, I'm only including games that were originally released as budget games, because obviously as the years went on the 8-bit scene, full price games were getting released in budget, so you're getting stuff like Drop Zone and Bruce Lee for $1.99, so I'm not including these, I'm only including games that were originally released as budget games. So yeah, this Chimera, now the reason this is in here is A, it's got excellent sound, or excellent music, but mainly because being a C64 owner, I was sadly missing any of the isometric 3D games that Amstrad and Spectrum owners had, and when I saw this game, it was about one of the few isometric 3D games on the Commodore, and I kind of felt like this was, I could at last enjoy this type of game. Whoops, what happened there? Right, okay. I mean, how does this work? So, left, right, right, okay, up and down, right, that's fine. Well, it's just incredibly sensitive because I'm using bugger off. I am using the joypad to move, and it's just really, really sensitive. If I was using a joystick, I probably wouldn't have this problem. But yeah, this was, you know, I mean, to be fair, the graphics actually look pretty good. Yeah, so I forgot about the speech actually as well. I'm not sure what's going on there. Has it crashed? Yeah, it's probably not as deep as, you know, your Night Lords and that kind of stuff. But like I says, us C64 owners were felt really left out by not having these type of games. So this was one that kind of gave us. I've just gone the same way. I don't know why I'm doing that. It's a bit fiddly to use using this Xbox 360 controller. It could have probably done with having the music playing all the time rather than having complete silence. So to go along here and down here possibly. Right, I don't know what that is. Yep, it would probably be easier if I was actually using. There we go, I've got some bread, whatever that does. Does that give me energy, possibly? Come on. Right, there's a laptop. There's not a laptop. I don't think you had laptops back in 1986. Come on, move. Anyway, listen, you get the general idea, but yeah, it might not be the deepest game, but it was a revelation for guys like myself who never got to play these type of games. So yeah, that is Chimera, and that was by Firebird Software. Okay, this is probably, in my opinion, I would say it's probably the second, well nah, you know what, I'm going to give it joint first place best budget game ever released on the Commodore 64. The amount of time that I put into this game is just unbelievable. It's such a good game. The only one thing about it was a bit fiddly to set up, I think. So one player, one joystick. Do we start? How do we start? F1 select options. F7 to start. Let's give it a go. Yeah, there we go. Now they did they did improve on this in the second one. They gave you more obstacles and they also made it slightly less tricky. But the whole point of this game was just knowing what kind of speed to take the obstacles at. This game was really based on the programme of the same name, which was broadcast in the BBC, and it was introduced by the mighty Peter Purvis, who was a Blue Peter presenter back in the 70s and 80s. I know most of you are probably too young to remember him, but yeah, Kickstart, it was a bizarre kind of concept. It was basically young kids on motorbikes, and they were going over some of the most ridiculous sort of things you could ever possibly go over, going up tyres and walls and pieces of wood, and I don't think they ever actually went over buses like this, but I used to love it. It was a really entertaining. It was always really funny when some kid fell off and they physically didn't have the damn it, they physically didn't have the strength to pick the bike up again, and you were always kind of, well, I was going to say, you're always willing them to be able to lift the bike, but that wasn't always the case. You kind of used to enjoy watching them suffer, because they were always just spoiled brats because they had motorbikes and we didn't. Now that's the first. You can see there's 5 courses. Well, you can see there's 5 times, so, and you basically get a combined total. Now these are tyres, which I think you have to go over very slow. Now in the second game, Kickstart 2, they did they did introduce well, you had simultaneous 2-player games, which you can get here as well, but they did introduce a computer opponent, which kind of made it a bit more fun if you didn't have anybody to play against. Now I'm doing absolutely piss here because it's one of these games. It's I suppose you could say it's like Trials on the Xbox 360. This was like the precursor to that. Now I was always intrigued as to why why the little guy has got a wee bump at the top of his head. See his helmet, he's got a wee kind of growth sticking out the top of his head. But yeah, I'm doing absolute rubbish here because I can't remember what kind of speed you need to take each thing at. You need to go over slow on these, I think. If you've never played this game before, you're probably looking at this thinking it looks rubbish, but honestly, see, once you get used to the controls, and I mean left and right moves the guy sort of back and forwards, you can pull wheelies and that kind of stuff. Pressing the fire button does that. Is it a bunny jump? Is that a technical term and this sort of thing? I'm sure it is. But yeah, the very basic looking graphics belie just what an amazing game this is once you start getting used to it. Ah, come on, why is that? Have I got to jump over that? I can't remember. Anyway, listen, that's the mighty Kickstart, and that was released. It was actually released by, well, it was published by Mr. Chip Software, and it was released, I think, under Mastertronic, but it was certainly a budget game anyway, so go and check it out, guys. Okay, this is joint favourite of my favourite ever C64 game. This is the mighty Thrust. This was released by Firebird Software again in 1986. It's got an absolute kicking Rob Hubbard. I can't even pronounce his surname, you know, Hubbard. Hubbard, that's it. Hubbard, yes, Rob Hubbard soundtrack. But it's an absolutely brilliant game as well. It was kind of one of the first games to try and almost emulate vector graphics, something that had never really been seen before. So, and it's got to be played with keys. I think you might actually only be able to use keys. I'll no doubt crash until I discover what the controls are. There we go. Yep. So the idea of this game is to basically I'm doing absolute rubbish here. What you need to do is you need to destroy the sort of gun turrets, and ultimately using the keys you have to pick up this little pod thing. Oops, before I go, what I need to try and do is destroy the reactor, which isn't always easy because this thing is a lot heavier than it looks, and it swings your ship about like nothing on earth. Now, one thing you need to be very careful of. Whoa! Is you don't destroy the thing that you've got attached to you, because oh, there we go. You can see the countdown has started before that thing explodes. I need to get to the end, like so. But the controls for this are just brilliant. Now I think if you press the space bar, it puts a kind of, yeah, there you go, it puts a sort of a wee force field around you. So to pick up fuel, you basically get quite close, press space bar, and it puts down a wee kind of tractor beam. Whoa, 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 whoa. And what you want to try and avoid is the ball swinging too rapidly, because it's the easiest thing in the world to completely lose. I'm actually not bad at this game. It's a game you've got to take your time with. Whoops, whoa. But the controls are just sublime. So you want to try and, you can see there you've only got limited fuel. So you want to try and avoid moving about too hastily. Come on, I need to come down a wee bit. That's all I can see. This, where is it? Don't hit it. And I'm going to make an arse of this. Yeah, I'm slightly rusty to say the least. And the funny thing is, being a C64 man, I was never used to playing games with keys, but this, I think this game only allows keys, and to use a joystick, bollocks, would just be completely wrong. Anyway, listen, that's a mighty thrust. That is, I would probably say that's my favourite budget game, very closely followed behind by Kickstart. So yep, go and check it out, guys. If you haven't, then you need to. Bugger, Mamemeister. Yep, go and check it out. Okay, this is Master of Magic. This was released in 1985. It was under Mastertronics' Added Dimension label, which was kind of better games. It was actually programmed by Richard Darling, who obviously went on to form Codemasters and become extremely wealthy. It's obviously got Rob Hubbard, I'm going to call him Rob H, soundtrack, which is great. It lasts quite a long time, I think, as well. Now this game, it's quite unusual that I would like a game like this. It's kind of an adventure game, and I'm really not big in adventure games at all, but when I bought this, I just really got into it. It's quite a simple kind of game, but it's quite deep as well, and you do get involved, so let's try the game out. I think because we have got, it says the music track, it certainly adds to it. So here we go, as you leave, Fairlex says, if you do not bring the amulet of immortality and place it on the pedestal that is below, you will never return home. Now, I control this little dot at the top. Now that yellow thing, press the button, examine. Pedestal, a raised golden platform thickly covered with dust. Run. Oops. It's basically just move across. Let's see. I don't want to run. Pick up the scroll. Pick up the scroll. Yeah, it's a very intuitive control system. I think that's what appealed to me. That plus the music. Are backed, so press the fire button, attack, backed. Nothing in right hand to fight with. Let's just run away. Oops, a dead end, not a good idea. You can see there, it actually follow you. So yeah, it's actually, I wouldn't say realistic. Oops, there's a skeleton, that's probably not a good idea there. music in this is certainly a huge attraction with this. This, can I inventory? Yeah, I've got absolutely nothing. Done. That's a dead end. It's going to be game over soon, I think. Taking a trounce in here. But although it is an adventure game, because you could use joystick, I think that's what appealed to me. But it's actually quite an addictive wee game. Just need to figure out a way to get the there's some kind of zombie. Bloody hell, I'm getting chased big style here. Yeah, you look at the graphic at the bottom. The graphics at the bottom, that's a dead end. It's pretty clever. A spider as well. Ah, yikes. Can I cast a spell maybe? Ah, there we go. Let's cast a spell at the skeleton. He missed. Bollocks. Let's cast Fireball. You killed. Hey, there we go. Dead. It's more like it. Cast Fireball. Dead. Excellent. If I go back, they don't actually see now. That's that's what I like about this game. You go back in, wait a minute. There's pick up dagger. Ah, now we're talking. Let's attack the hellhound. Attack hellhound. Attack hellhound. Attack bat. Cast. I'm guessing you must have cast. He hit. You're dead. Whoops! Just dropped my controller. And it's game over. But anyway, yeah, love that. That's the first time I've played it in quite a number of years. It's great fun. Like I said, I'm not a big RPG fan, but it's such an easy game to play using the joystick. It's really worth checking out. And the actual title track by Rob H is just brilliant. Yep, let's move on. Right, this is another Firebird game. This is Eyeball. Now, it was quite a bizarre looking game. Yeah, looking at the box and even looking at the title screen, you would have absolutely no idea of what the game is going to be about. Now, you can probably tell there it's got some good speech. And it is actually a shoot 'em up. And it's actually really, really colourful as well. It's got some decent speech as well. No bollocks, so you don't have these flashing things. Could probably use some firing sound. Now, you can actually upgrade your weapons. I can't really remember how you do it right enough, but
game over. Eyeball. Eyeball. Oh no!
The speech is actually really good. It's really, really clear.
Oh no!
But it's not particularly easy. laser overheated.
Oh no!
Ah, bollocks.
Game over.
Let's go for one more game.
Eyeball.
I could never really get to grips with the game. But I do know it was one of the, it was rated pretty highly by the Zap guys.
Oh no! Oh no!
Last life, I think, good. Lads.
Oh no! Game over.
Yeah, that's Eyeball. I'm not very good at it, but I know it's really highly regarded by a lot of people, so go and check it out. That was released in 1987 by Firebird. Okay, this game is called Slicks, and it was released by Codemasters in 1992. Now, I'd long left the C64 behind it by this point. Probably 5 years before this, I had moved on to my Commodore Amiga. So I've never played this game. It's just when I was googling to see what some of the sort of better games were, budget games wise, this one kept popping up. So I thought, let's have a wee look. This is the first time I've loaded it up. Now I like the bottom. That looks really, really smart. The way the barrier passes, that looks excellent. Let's give this a go, let's go for Grand Prix. Right, was that game over? Looks like it was. Let's just take... Oh, right, okay, that's me trying to qualify. Let's just take my time. Right, so it's basically super sprint. Come on, where are you? It's difficult. It would be nice if you could use keys. You possibly can't. Because using joystick for kind of games like this just doesn't cut it. Got to say though, the handling is pretty good. And I think I would have played this quite a lot if I'd bought this back in the day. I mean, presentation, sound, graphics, everything, playability is absolutely top notch. Okay, let's see. So it records lap times as well. Right, so I'm in 6th place in the grids. No, I'm in 5th, I think, am I? No, table position 6 it says here. I mean, the graphics, though very small, are actually really, really good. Whoa. Come on, stay off the curb, you fool. Yeah, I mean, well, you can see how long I've been playing this, and it doesn't take long to start getting a handle for the cornering. But this is really good. I'm really impressed with this. Well, I'm not impressed with my driving. One more go. think keys would certainly be... Whoops. Ah, bollocks. The graphics, although small, are actually really good. Yeah, listen, that's absolutely fantastic, that game. That's called Slicks. And that was released very late on in the C64's life by Codemasters, and it was released in 1992. Okay, this is Slayer, and it was released by Hewson under their budget label, which was Racket. It was released in 1988. Now, I remember getting this game, and I'm sure it's really difficult, but it was excellent. So let's give it a go. Yep, this is the one. Now, if you're not impressed with this, then you obviously don't enjoy video games. It's as hard as nails, but it's super. You know, when you compare a game like this with something like Bionic Granny, I mean, it's just, there is absolutely no comparison at all. So we want the option. Oh, don't die. Hey! I've got to say, this is utterly superb. Oops, just lost both my options. Ah, bollocks. I mean, look at this. And the graphics are just fantastic. If this was a full price game, it would be amazing. But the fact that it was a budget game is just absolutely mental. Ah, damn it. Just getting greedy there. This is absolutely astonishing. I mean, this game, I don't know how many levels there are, but you know what, a game like this would be classed as a good game on the NES or something, you know what I mean? It's ah, damn it. Superb. That is absolutely brilliant. It really is. Yep, that's Slayer, and that is by... Put my name in here. Oh, bollocks, I'm not bothered with that. Yep, that's Slayer, and that was released by Hewson under their Racket label. Okay, this is another Codemasters game. This is a pretty famous game. I think it was one of the sort of biggest sellers on the sort of budget market. In fact, it was probably one of the biggest sellers ever. It's called BMX Simulator. Now, it was released, I think, in the Spectrum Amstrad as well. And annoyingly, it's just going into demo mode. I don't like when it does that because I want to talk about the game before it starts. Let's press space to exit demo. Right, how do we change? We want to change the controls. Now, this was released... space. There we go, that's what I want to do. Yep, this was released by David Darling. He obviously knew a thing or two about programming, and it looks like it should be the other joystick port. Bear with me. Okay, I'm obviously going to get beat here. There we go. I'll need to take him in the next race. Now what I used to like about this game is you can actually get the wee kind of bankings. Oh, wait a minute, you see that's unfair. If you hit him, he's absolutely fine. And yet you come off your bike all the time. Yeah, this is. I spent quite a few hours playing this game. Good fun. I think you could have. Well, you could see there. You could actually have more than one player playing at once. Just hearing that wee ditty, it's amazing how much listening to music takes you right back. Excuse me. Right, let's go. Whoops. One more game. S to start. Oh, bollocks. I thought I was the wrong... I thought it was the orange guy there. Not that old chestnut you're saying. Yeah, so to get good speed going around the corners, you really need to kind of go around the banking. I want to stay away from him. Oh, he's already won. That's a pity. But it is quite an addictive wee game. And I say the graphics are purely, well, they're really functional. And you can also press A and you can get a replay, which was quite nice if you did particularly well. So yeah, for a budget game, you can even do slow motion if you want. You know what, I mean, to have all these features in a budget game is just brilliant. I don't know how you can exit it, if at all. You've just got to wait for the race to finish. Looks like you have to. Right, let's have one more go. Ah, right, okay. Right, so I am green, right. Ah, bollocks. See, that's a bit annoying that he is completely unscathed and you come off. I've also got no chance since he's a whole lap ahead and I've just hit him again. Oh, he's gone into the water. Yeah, it's not easy at all. Right, anyway, listen, that's BMX Simulator. That was released in 1986 by Codemasters. Okay, last game, guys. This is Warhawk, released by Firebird Software. It was developed by a company called Proteus Development, released in 1986. Now, I did buy this game. And if I remember rightly, it's quite a funky game. It's got an excellent Rob H soundtrack again. Yeah, quite kind of blocky graphics, but again, the scrolling is super smooth. And it did actually provide quite a good game. I can't recall if there's any power-ups of any kind. But there's plenty of stuff to shoot if you wanted to do it. It's amazing how much a good Rob H soundtrack actually adds to the game though. Oops. It might not be quite as polished looking as some of the other games I've looked at, like especially against Slayer, but you know what, it's still an excellent game. I mean, this was quite an early budget game, you know, 1986. Little kind of grey Pac-Man. Quite generous with the sort of life that you get as well. I'm guessing that's the energy on the right hand side. Kinda reminds me of Star Force, a wee bit, arcade Star Force. Maybe slightly bulkier graphics, but you know what, for £1.99 you really can't complain. Silky smooth scrolling again. Only it misses, I think, as I can end of the level and get Guardian. Bloody hell. Get set up on here. And listen, that is it, guys. That is the mighty Warhawk, and that was by Firebird Software. So yeah, it's interesting to see that, compare these games with the ones in the video from last time. It just shows you that budget games didn't have to be bad. I mean, there's some games there that we've looked at in this video that would have easily been worth full price. So yeah, budget games was a good thing for the 8-bit thing. So anyway guys, listen, as usual, I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Please feel free to like, comment and subscribe. And as usual, thank you very much for watching.